The garage is starting to ask a dangerous question about Shane Van Gisbergen. What happens when the best road course driver NASCAR has ever seen finally figures out ovals too? Because after that performance at Go Bowling at the Glen, the conversation completely changed. Not just SVG is good, not just SVG is elite. Now people around the sport are seriously throwing around the words greatest of all time. And somehow, the most shocking part of this entire story is that SVG himself wants absolutely no part of that conversation. This thing is getting real fast. For anyone who missed it, Shane Van Gisbergen just delivered one of the wildest road course drives we've seen in modern NASCAR. With around 40 laps left, his team told him to push hard while most of the field was trying to conserve fuel. That strategy looked risky immediately. Then the green flag pit cycle dropped the number 8, 97 all the way back to 25th place. Race over, right? Not even close. SVG erased nearly a 30-second gap to the lead, and just over a dozen laps sliced through the field, caught Ty Gibbs took the lead, and then casually pulled away by 7 seconds like nobody else was even racing the same track. That's not normal domination. That's the kind of performance that changes how people talk about a driver historically. And that's exactly why voices like Mike Joy and Jimmie Johnson are now openly discussing SVG as potentially the greatest road racer NASCAR has ever had. Think about how insane that is for a second. This guy hasn't even spent a full traditional NASCAR career in Cup yet, and he's already sitting on 7 road course wins. 7? When you compare his pace statistically to legends like Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, or Chase Elliott, the scary part isn't just the wins, it's how quickly he's doing it. But here's where the story gets really interesting. SVG is refusing to get carried away. While everybody else is talking legacy, greatness, and Hall of Fame level dominance, he keeps saying the same thing: live in the moment. That tells you a lot about where his mindset is right now, because internally, this team knows the real battle hasn't been solved yet. Ovals. That's the entire championship question. Road courses can make you famous. Ovals win you titles. And even SVG's own crew chief, Stephen Durant, admitted the biggest concern is still improving their oval program. That honesty matters. A lot of drivers would try to spin the narrative after a huge win like this. Instead, they're basically admitting, yeah, we're incredible on road courses, but we're still incomplete. That's a dangerous level of self-awareness. Because if they already know the weakness, now the entire organization can focus on fixing it. And to be fair, the improvement is happening. Earlier this season, SVG grabbed a 6th place finish at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which was one of the clearest signs yet that he's adapting to oval racing. His comfort level in traffic looks better, his tire management is improving, even his confidence entering longer oval runs looks more natural now than it did a year ago. But consistency is still the issue. One strong oval finish doesn't suddenly erase the struggles. In NASCAR, especially under a format that rewards week-to-week consistency again, you cannot disappear on intermediates and short tracks for months at a time and expect to survive a championship run. That's why this next phase of SVG's career is so fascinating. The raw talent is obvious, the road course dominance is already historic, but can he evolve from specialist into complete driver? Because if that happens, the rest of the garage has a serious problem. And strategically, this is where things could shift fast for Chevrolet too. Chevy teams have spent most of the season trying to catch Toyota after the early performance gap created by the ZL1 body changes. Even powerhouse organizations struggled finding consistency. So when SVG suddenly starts showing speed while Toyota's grip on the field weakens a little, now the timing becomes very interesting. If Trackhouse Racing and Chevrolet unlock more oval speed around him, SVG instantly becomes more than a playoff curiosity. He becomes a legitimate championship threat. Not because he'll dominate every week, but because road courses suddenly become almost automatic win opportunities. That changes playoff math completely. Teams start racing differently around you. Pit strategy changes, points pressure changes, and mentally, drivers know they're probably fighting for second place whenever the series hits a road course. That psychological advantage matters more than people realize. Now on the fan side, reactions are all over the place. Some people already believe Mike Joy is right, that SVG is the greatest road racer NASCAR has ever seen. Others think it's way too early to say that when guys like Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart built complete NASCAR resumes over decades. And honestly, both sides have valid arguments, because talent-wise, SVG absolutely looks generational on road courses. But NASCAR history has always judged drivers by total versatility. That's the standard. Can you win everywhere? Can you survive the grind? Can you dominate different eras, different packages, different tracks? That's the test waiting for SVG now. And this is where the future splits into two completely different paths. Best case scenario, SVG keeps improving on ovals, becomes consistently competitive across all track types, and turns into the sport's most feared all-around driver within the next few years. If that happens, the GOAT road course conversation won't even matter anymore because people will start discussing him among the elite overall talents NASCAR has ever seen. Worst case scenario, he stays locked into the road course specialist label forever, still respected. Still dangerous, still a massive star, but never quite complete enough to put together a true championship season. And honestly, the next 2 years probably decide which direction this goes because the speed is already there. The question now is whether the development curve keeps climbing. So here's the real debate. Is Shane Van Gisbergen already the greatest road course driver NASCAR has ever seen? Or do you need championships and oval dominance before that conversation even starts? Drop your take in the comments, and if you want more high-level NASCAR analysis every week, make sure you're locked in with SportsWire USA.